I wanted to make music that kind of touches everybody too at one point. But then, when you get caught up in like the whole club atmosphere, you start making music because you're looking for a club hit, because you're like, yo, this is what works. Even if in all reality, the artists that are really, really big, like Drake and everybody else, I feel like they have a lot of real content versus just club content. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what up? This your boy Klass Money, and I'm with Lucrative Youth, and this is LY Talks.
So, Klass, it's been a while since we've seen you.
Been a little minute.
We've been in the middle of a pandemic. We're in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
What do you think has changed the most for you as a person in these last couple of years?
I guess just the club scene. You know what I'm saying? I was more in the club scene, and being that I was more in the club scene, I was more making music that catered to the clubs. So that's been my biggest change since COVID. We ain't really been in the clubs that much, so it's like it's different for me. I'm more making music outside of the club range. Even if I still make club music now, but I'm making a lot of more like deeper shit, basically. That's what I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing to look at, because it's almost like the pandemic sent you towards another angle of music creation.
Right.
Because like you said, like if your music was mainly club based, now all the clubs are shut down. You get into that mindset where it's okay, you gotta adjust, you gotta adapt, you gotta reach different stars and start creating different music.
Right.
And how's that been for you? Like, do you like this new music you're creating?
Yeah. I've always like been a fan of like trying to be deep, you know what I'm saying? Music wise, I like deep artists, you know what I'm saying? I was raised listening to a lot of like Tupac, Big, you know what I'm saying, storytelling and like conscious music, and trying to, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to make music that kind of touches everybody too at one point. But then, when you get caught up in like the whole club atmosphere, you start making music because you're looking for a club hit, because you're like, yo, this is what works. Even if in all reality, the artists that are really, really big, like Drake and everybody else, I feel like they have a lot of real content versus just club content. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of snapped me back into reality by force too. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm making more music based on just like how I feel and things I'm going through, versus like just me popping bars in the club or throwing money at the club, you know what I mean?
And the truth is, that whole club music and the whole club scene, it's a very superficial life in the music industry, especially.
And also a smaller audience, because most people don't go to the club.
Yeah, it's just like, it's because of the fact that we're in Miami. So it's a scene that rules around nightclub. Like everybody's like, oh, that artist performed, someone came in out of town to perform here at this club, someone came there. So it's like in our mindset, it's like the club is it. But like you said, the truth is, most people around the world are not in the clubs. Like, that's shit. I mean, think about it like that. Let's say if Miami got 1,000 clubs with 100 people max, you know what I'm saying? Like, so 100,000 people maximum could be at the club. What about the millions? What about the millions that are not inside the club?
Everybody's really on the internet.
Yeah.
You know what
and
I'm saying?
That's actually one thing that I think is great about you, that I've seen obviously throughout the years, is that a lot of your fans, a lot of people who interact with your music aren't from Miami.
Facts.
It's people that literally all they saw was your music on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Apple Music, whatever. However they heard you, It's not, they saw you at the club, or they met you.
And then it kind of snaps you back into reality, right? Because I'll be in the club, my music getting played, so I get high off of that, you know what I'm saying? But in all reality, it's like what? I used to be at Cameo a lot, and it's like on a max night, it's 1,500 people.
Yeah.
But honestly, on the internet, you know what I'm saying, one post could reach more than 1,500 people easily, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're running ads, you know what I'm saying, an ad, like $100 probably reaches like 60,000 people.
Yeah.
So what's 60,000 people compared to even 1,500 people? Nothing.
And not only that, you said $100. If you're at the club with 1,500 people and you're trying to get a little bit of attention,
you're spending way more.
You're spending racks, because think about it. Those people in the club, they're not looking at just everybody and anybody. They're gonna be looking at the table with the bottles, the table with the bitches, the table with everything, and
throwing the most money.
How that shit gonna come?
Even that lifestyle, just driving to the club is like $20. You know what I'm saying? Parking is like $40. You know what I'm saying? I usually don't pay to get in, but if you pay to get in the club, that's like another $40. If you pop a bottle, especially on South Beach, you're looking at least $400 for one bottle. You know what I'm saying? So it's even like way more costly than it is to really just market yourself online. I'll be home like, you know what I'm saying? My club budget is probably like, it's crazy. If I spend that club budget online on like ads, I'm at a way, you know what I'm saying, further reach. It's like I done went to 10 clubs in one night versus one club, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
And the truth is, like, you've been doing this for so long that when you started, the whole social media presence and like, you know, stuff like that wasn't like, it wasn't how it is today.
Yeah, I
today,
started on MySpace.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you went from MySpace, but you were able to like, a lot of people who came from like kind of like, you know, that generation, that mindset, they think, oh, this Facebook, this Instagram shit, this shit don't matter.
Bullshit, right.
I know for a fact you're the complete opposite. Like you see the potential, you see the fact that you could bring in fans, you could bring in everything, and you really grind.
And you gotta
hard.
grow. I mean, that's how you get old. You get old if you don't grow. You know what I'm saying? If you're not growing with times, then you fall back. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, one of my biggest challenges right now is TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, I can't ignore it. I gotta find ways to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, you know, like TikTok it caters more to people that's like dancing and stuff like that. And I ain't no dancer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But still, you know what I'm saying? You gotta find a way to utilize all these different sources. Whether it's not even with you, like with me, I don't really post a lot on TikTok, but I know a lot of people that post my music on their TikTok, and that's what I capitalize off of. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, I'm not no dancing nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to kind of use it to how I got to use it to make it work for me. But I'm not going to ignore that platform and get old. You know what I'm saying? I got to stay with it. So, you know what I mean?
That's a very, like you said, that's a smart mindset. Because people, they think that, a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm only in the clubs. I'm only in the clubs. I'm good. I'm only on YouTube. I'm only on YouTube. I'm good. And they believe that their specific thing that's hitting for them is gonna last forever. That's not true. You know, like people get their moments, and there could be like people having great success doing Twitter ads or doing TikTok, even TikTok right now. But let's be honest with ourselves. TikTok's not gonna be here in 10 years.
Right.
You know, or maybe even if they are, like it's not gonna be the way it is now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be, and artists aren't gonna be getting broken the way they're getting broken today on TikTok. So it's like you gotta not only hop on to like the new things that you see people are doing, but you gotta kind of predict and look where it's going towards, so you know that you gotta be ready to change when the times come.
You gotta evolve, and you gotta keep up with times, and you gotta keep up with these kids. You know what I'm saying? It's what the kids into, because it's all about the younger your fan base, the more longevity you're gonna have. You know what I'm saying? Because these kids are gonna live through you, and they're gonna grow with your music and talk about you and tell their homeboys about it. So you gotta stay relevant to where the kids at, because you can't worry about dudes your age or dudes older than you, because it's like they're fading out. You know what I'm saying? When you get adults aren't like we have as adults, you have so much going on. You got bills, you got your own kids, you got real life problems. A kid just goes to school and listens to music. It's their life is more like open for music and just conversation to chill and kind of spread that kind of word out. You know what I'm saying? Versus like adults, you know what I'm saying? We got things to really worry about. So you got to cater to these kids, man.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to your fans, like, you know, these younger demographic, the older demographic, whatever it is, like, what was, like, the most shocking or exciting to you, like, message you got from a different part of the world?
Man, I get a lot of messages. I get a lot of messages. Probably, like, yo, one time I went on live, and this kid from, I think, Pakistan jumped on live and started singing my song word for word. And I'm like,
man, like, you guys were both on live with each other?
Yeah, we were on live. And I played Who. I even got on my Instagram page. I played Who, and he starts rapping Who. And his first language isn't even English. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he's rapping Who word for word. And I'm looking like, damn, he's rapping my song word for word. I'm thinking that in my head, like, yo, this dude don't even speak English like that. And I would never even know it or feel it. If I didn't go on live and I added him to my live to see it, I wouldn't even believe it. Like, and that's the power of the net, because it's like you got somebody that you'll never ever meet that's miles and miles away, and they're listening to your music every single day, and you wouldn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was one of my best moments. But I get like a lot of messages all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To a point where I kind of like sometimes I don't click on it. You know what I'm saying? I get kind of. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, but the fact to be able to, like you said, be on live, just that in and of itself is crazy. Think about that. Like, who would have known when you started in this music shit? And a couple years later, you'd be on literally a video chat with your fan in front of a whole bunch of the other fans, because that's what the Instagram Live is community. Right. Literally listening to your music word by word, and not only that, somebody who lives across the world in Pakistan.
Right.
Like,
right.
That shit.
And that's like one of my. And they be like your biggest supporters, because when I drop stuff, a lot of times, like, yo, I drop something and then I go to my stories and kind of look to see who reposted it, right? And I'm like, damn, nobody's from Miami. Not from Miami. Not from Miami. And I'm like, damn, like, you know, I would never notice if it wasn't for the internet. You feel me?
Yeah.
You get so much more love from outside, and I think these people too, they're not living our life, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got like an exclusive life, bro. We got like a better life than a lot of places, you know what I'm saying? We get to have more money, we get to have more leisure, more just, you know what I'm saying?
More everything.
More freedom. And, you know what I'm saying? So everything impresses them, you know what I'm saying? Like even me, you know, I'm from Dominica, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, growing up, ain't no Jacks, ain't no Benz, ain't none of that, you know what I'm saying? Ain't even no McDonald's. I ain't even grew up with a McDonald's at one point, you know what I'm saying? So it's like people are fascinated by that, and you wouldn't even know it until you live there and then you see it, you know what I'm saying? So, man, it's a big advantage, man. It's a blessing too, you know what I'm saying? For real. But it comes, I mean, it has its ups and downs, you know? That's why I think out here we got more murders, we got more, you know, it's more, the crime rate is higher. It's you know, what's that saying, the root of evil, money's the root of evil. And it's real, you know what I'm saying? People have more reasons to kind of want to get you.
Real shit though. And I think something that's very true that you said is how your music, when you drop it, the support's coming from outside. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like, yeah,
they know you out here.
Dominica, and you're a Miami rapper now because of where you kind of been located.
Yeah,
the love is coming. Yeah, like, you know, you branched out.
You would expect it.
You would expect that Miami would show love because like that, like, you know, we got the love, but it's coming from elsewhere. It's coming from out, and like
I get love from down here, but
yeah,
I just see so many. It's more overly consumed and shows more from people outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just keep it real.
Yeah, because I feel like people in Miami are scared to show love to people from Miami. Because they know that it's like, you know, they have that mindset that if I show love to you, you gonna go up and I'm gonna go down. Even though
and then too is like I feel like a lot of times niggas don't want to share you. Their girlfriend might look at it and like it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, who's this? Click on this page. And you know what I'm saying? He stayed on the street. He's in the city. You know what I'm saying? So I think it might get to a point where, you know what I'm saying, it's like they're intimidated by you too. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people, I feel like I just told bro, you know, if you're good, it's either you're gonna get embraced or they're gonna shut you out. It's one or the other, because they're like, man, he come around, he might steal my opportunity. People might be like, yo, you know what, we was running with this, but this shit is kind of hot. Let's run with this, and it might mess them up. So people try to keep you away to play like a safety net a lot of times. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Where it's not really like, I mean, sometimes that might be your blessing. You know, like I always tell people, you ain't gotta be Jordan. It's okay to be Scottie Pippen. It's okay to be Dennis Rodman. You're still on the winning team, right? And that's the whole point of this shit. You feel me?
But that's one thing that people in Miami will never understand, no matter what. People in Miami will never be Scottie Pippen.
Right.
People in Miami, if you're really from Miami, you want to be, you know, Miami.
You gotta be Jordan.
But never want to be Scottie Pippen. You gotta be Jordan.
They rather be on a losing team. Like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna be on a losing team. I'm gonna be around. Like, people like being around people that
want to be Russell Westbrook.
Right.
Average a triple-double in the NBA season 2 back-to-back. Something that's unheard of for individual skills if you think about it. But he ain't winning shit.
No rings,
no finals, no nothing. Like them, the only finals was versus the Heat, and the Heat spanked them. LeBron spanked them.
Right.
People want to be Russell. They want to be Jordan, and they end up being Russell Westbrook. That's what it is. Because then you get to a point where you got your little achievements, your little, you know what I'm saying, whatever, which is not really next level, but you get a little bit behind you.
Get that shine. You
get that medium shine, and you're like, damn, I think I'm Jordan.
Yeah, a lot of these dudes, man. I see you right. A lot of these dudes, they rather be around people that make them feel good about themselves because they doing less.
Yeah.
They don't want to be around dudes like, yo, he got some too much going on. Like, he come around the room and it's like, yo, who's this dude? You know what I'm saying? And I get it all the time, so I know. You know what I mean?
Very, very, very true. But at the end of the day, I feel like that can be challenged on a personal level when you see how you surround yourself with your people and your brand and how it moves. You know, and if you continue to move on the right way and you continue to try to make, like, you know, put people on a pedestal instead of trying to bring them down. Just keep, like, you know, those positive collaborations going. You'll be able to show that I ain't worried about that. And your blessings come.
Like, I like being around people that do better than me. You know what I'm saying? I like being around people that do better than me. I like being around people that make more money than me. Because then they could teach me something. You know what I'm saying? And they inspire me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm like that old meme with 50 that everybody posting 50's like, if you how you talk to somebody every day that ain't got shit going on. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, you know? Like, you need to be around people that's doing better than you. In the last 5 years, I've surrounded myself with people that's done way better than me, and it's put me in a better situation, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Seeing my homies get houses, got me a house, you know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. You know, being around people that was making more money and was investing in the different things made me invest in the different things and get more money. And if I wasn't around that environment, I would never learn that and even know about it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we kind of cut our blessings short because we're scared and we're intimidated by people when that really was our opportunity to be better. You know what I'm saying? For real. Real shit.
Real fucking shit right there.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, last 5 years, I got myself around a group of people that made way more money than me and taught me how to make way more money. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that more than anything.
But that's a winning team there, you see? Because instead, nowadays, you may be caught up in where it's a team where, like you said, the other people are making more money and they're going to, instead of encouraging someone to kind of join and welcome and come up with them, that they're going to shun them. You know, they're going to not pay them attention. You get me? Like, that's that's what happens here in Miami, literally. Like, you get the groups, those different cliques, different collects, like, okay, they think they're already up, but instead of, like, they could show a little bit of support and love to another young artist, young producer that could get them to the next level.
And I think it's just, the rap game is like cutthroat like that. Everybody's in competition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but the truth is, it's a competition. Everybody gonna lose.
Right.
If you really think about it, if everybody is in a competition,
and that's why most people are losing.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like if it is a competition, we all losing.
In all reality, right? The city really had like 5 stars in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Pitbull, Trina, Rick Ross, Trick Daddy. Yo, I'm done. Really, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, you got legends like JT Money and Uncle Luke, you know what I'm saying? But even including them, we like 6 people, but that's nothing, bro. Like Atlanta got like a whole room of dudes.
Atlanta got 20 people this year.
That's
rich.
They're
gonna be iconic forever. Like you feel
right.
Like every year they pop out 20, 30 because why?
Like
Atlanta the mindset is different.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of fucked up out here. I can't lie, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's really pulling people up. It's so political. It's so political out here, and it's like you gotta kiss so much ass, and you might kiss so much ass and still get nowhere because they'll still shut the door on you. Like, you ain't getting higher than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's the right.
You gotta build your own door.
You gotta build your own door.
Your own table.
You gotta,
and then from there. It's okay. No worry. We don't have to necessarily go that.
You got niggas like Denzel Curry that's kind of big, and he's nowhere in like a local circle. I go to the club and I don't hear no Denzel, but Denzel's doing big things, and he has a lot of fans. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. So
it's like that's the kind of route that I want to take. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. And the thing is, even like you said with the pandemic, me not going to the club as much because of the pandemic made me realize what was really important. Because when I was out here, I was trying to get the city to love me so much at one point. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. You know, I'm in the clubs. I'm listening to the records that's really popping. I'm trying to make something similar to try to fit in. You know what I'm saying? It's like that Drake line when he says, don't forget the moment that you started out fitting in instead of standing out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to stand out. But you get so caught up. You just want to fit in so they could love you too, when really you're supposed to stand out and shine. And I think, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said the pandemic was kind of good, because it kind of made you have to like fall back and be in your own space, in your own circle, and kind of progress through yourself versus trying to progress through what they like. You know what I mean?
Shit. What's one piece of advice you'd give yourself the first day you came into this game that you know now?
Foundation, you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, when I first started doing this, I probably was at open mics for like 5 years. Every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, every damn open mic, you know what I'm saying? And every night I'm going out and I'm not realizing that I'm really performing around the same people. And for 5 years, I'm really around the same people, and I'm thinking, yo, I'm hot because I got the same 10 dudes jumping up and down with me. But it's the same 10 dudes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm not realizing, like, yo, it's the same 10 dudes versus I should be building a whole fan base, you know what I'm saying? But I'm content because they're jumping up and down with me, and I'm like, yo, I'm lit, but it's the same 10 dudes, you know what I'm saying? So, like, now I would say, like, you know what I mean? Like, to work on a real fan base and work on kind of getting a large audience to listen to you versus like getting caught up in a small circle and being satisfied with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really about building fans, bro. It's not about, like I tell people all the time, your friends are not your fans. Yeah, your homeboy is jumping up and down with you because he's supposed to. He gets in his car and then he's listening to Moneybagg. You know what I'm saying? After he's like hyping you on stage, he gets in his whip, he's listening to Yo Gotti, he's listening to everybody else. He's not bumping you like that. And that's your friends. Your friends are not your fans. Fans are people that don't know you from a can of paint that bump your music. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to build a fan base. And you know what I'm saying? Like your friends are cool, but they're not your fans, bro. They're supposed to like support you and
that's
look out
free game
for you.
right there.
Yeah,
that's free game right there.
Facts,
The truth is, friends are not gonna get you to that next level. Like it's good. It's easy to get caught up in the friends or see the support or whatever, but it's not. You win nothing in that because, like you said, them boys hop in the car and they put on Moneybagg, yo.
Right.
Hop in the car, listen to the radio. If anything, like, you know, it's the reality, but it's okay. Just understand that the support goes to that level. And and it still means something. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Like your homeboy coming out to the club and jumping up and down and, you know, reposting on Instagram, even though, like, you know, it's not the next level. Hey, that shit still means and it's important. But you gotta, if you really want to take it to the next level, focus on
like my boys. I got homies I know that hang with niggas all day, and then when they got shows and stuff, you know what I'm saying, they'll be like, yo, they want me to bring 10 people out. 10 people, a lot of people. I'm like, 10 people is not a lot of people. I'm like, first of all, you hang with like 10 people all day, so how the hell 10 people is a lot of people? You know why? Because that's not your fans. Yo, honestly, when I pop up to the club now, I usually pop up with a lot of fans. Because it's random people online. I'll be like, yo, I got this show. And they'll DM me like, yo, can I come? Can I come? And that's the people I bring now, because I don't have to force them. I don't have to beg them. You know what I'm saying? They actually want to come because they're really fans. You feel me? And that's the key to having fans and not friends when it comes to like your movement and the whole music game. You know what I mean?
Shit, that's true. And you know, what's one thing you think you do that makes these fans really want to like interact and continue to be fans of you?
And like I talk to them. You know what I'm saying? I respond to them. If you look at most of my posts, I get tired, right? Because I'm human too. You know what I'm saying? So I get tired of responding to people, and the more time goes by, the more tired you get. You know what I'm saying? But I try to be as interactive as possible to the people I know that really listen to my music. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes they even tell me about their life, you know? Like I don't like to make it seem like I'm all about me either. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be like, yo, Klass, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good, how you doing? How's everything on your side? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that keeps people more in tune with you when you interact with them. A lot of people, they don't want to respond because they want to look cool. Like my boy be like, yo, why you responding to everybody? You don't see Drake responding to everybody. I'm like, bro, I'm not Drake. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I gotta build up. And Drake's probably not responding to nobody now because he got like 1 billion people trying to hit him up. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in the thousands or the hundreds, you need to respond and you need to like show these people like interaction. Interaction goes far, bro. Because imagine you being a kid and your favorite artist writes you back. What you gonna do? Tell your homeboys about it? And then your homeboy might not even be aware of you, and now he's like, yo, who's this artist? And he's not DMing me. I've had, you know, it's so crazy, I'll follow back a fan, and his friends start following me, and I'll follow them, and he'll hit me up and be like, don't follow him. Because they want to feel special, you know what I'm saying? But that's the reality of everything, you know what I mean? So, but, you know what I'm saying? That's why interaction is so important. It spreads your word more. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Looking forward, what are some things that we can see coming from Klass Monday?
Man, you know, I had just dropped on Weight of the World, my new album. So now we working on visuals. Like I told my boy, this is the year of the videos for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to drop at least 6 videos off that project. So I got a video shoot like next week. And we're going to be shooting like I said, at least 6 videos. So they could expect a lot of videos, you know what I'm saying? And just a lot of visual content. I'm trying to get my YouTube game as great as my Instagram game, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it.
You got any like shout out you want to give to some artists, producers, just people you've been working with?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to La Rada, you know what I'm saying? He helped me out a lot. He did a lot of my beats. I think he changed his name too as Mio Beats now. Shout out to Xavier Got a Hit. Shout out to you know, I'm really bad at these shout outs. I forget everybody until I leave the interview. But anybody involved in my project, my engineer, stay looking out. Just everybody involved in my project, you know what I'm saying, my fam, everybody that's motivated me and inspired me to keep going, you know what I'm saying, and bringing good energy to me, man. Shout out to them.
Any last words of some advice to somebody hopping in the game?
And just be true to yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody could be you, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to try to be like everybody else. You ain't got to, like, don't be too hard on yourself and think you're not as gangster or you're not as smart or whatever it is, you know? Because the only thing you could be that nobody could be better than is yourself. So that's my only advice.
Thanks, hey. Well, you know, thank you obviously, you know, Klass, for coming out and fucking with us. And
all day, lucrative youth. Yo, it's Klass Money, and this is the truth of the lucrative youth.
The lucrative youth.